Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Sunless Skies. In the last episode we made our way over to the House of Rod and Chains, and we have a couple of things here that we need to do. But let's have a look around. I did do the bazaar in the last episode, didn't I? I did. Wonderful. Hey look, we can buy caged catches here. I should keep that in mind. I'll forget, but who knows. Vast, desolate, broken. Once this creature flew majestically through the heavens. Now it floats in silence, a monument to a judgment's wrath. Should we go see Mr. Menagerie? I don't think I can afford anything from Mr. Menagerie, but who knows, maybe I can. A tattered poster by the station advertises the services of a Mr. Menagerie, purveyor of fine scouts. A pile of cages rests just outside the chitin door. Don't think I can afford to buy anything, but scouts. All we could afford to get is the star-spitting bat. Let's just listen to a story of things past. Mr. Menagerie is keen to tell you a tale from its collection, but requires payment first. Charity is a crime. The punishment severe. Mr. Menagerie shies away from the looming door, retreats further into its cowl, so even its garnet eyes are lost in the gloom. A mistake to come back. A place of chains, a place of servitude, a place of torment and treachery. The last is intoned in a voice like a toppling tombstone. The light binds, the light blinds. All things it places in a chain. Our place is our worth. Some accept. We liberated. Interesting. Well, I'll acquire nothing and you can move to a new port, Mr. Menagerie. Where are you going? Mr. Menagerie nods its head. We are moving elsewhere soon, but we will leave a note saying where we have gone. Yes. Where do you say you're going? The poster at the station has been torn down, and there is no sign of Mr. Menagerie itself. The station master waves you over. Mr. Menagerie has left a note for you. We go where roses bloom in the dark. Oh god, where the hell could that be? We go where roses bloom in the dark. Huh. Could that still be here in Eleutheria? It could be Caduceus. I think there was roses there. And we're in the dark as a whole. Eleutheria is remarkably dark. I guess we'll worry about that when we need to. What's next here? The Spire of Inches. 7 obsidian spires once stretched into the sky. Only this one remains. Dim light oozes through a single window at the top, occasionally flickering as someone or something passes in front of the fire. Then we can knock on the door. There is no handle on this side, just the barely perceptible outline of a door with a circular symbol roughly carved into it. The obsidian surface absorbs the knock, leaving the rap of your knuckles sounding small and hollow. There is no answer. Huh. I guess we're going to return to the carapace. They seem the only way into this monster's innards. So I'd need gold and amber. I need 3 chunks of gold and amber. Gold and amber is rare. It should be sufficient to buy an audience with whatever waits inside. Or if we had a Searing Enigma, we could as well, but I don't think that trade would be worth it. Searing Enigmas are rather rare. Okay, well, we have the actual House of Rod and Chains. The air tastes of salt and rot. Up close, The carcass of this ancient crustacean resembles a battlefield. Its carapace is pockmarked from the impacts of sky detritus and cracked open from the impact of 6 spires. Doors of leather, rubber, chitin, scale, fur, flesh, and feather lead inside. Each of them carved and branded with a letter of the correspondence. We can attempt to open the chitin door. The other doors are tightly closed or too high to reach. This one is slightly ajar. It takes every last drop of your strength, and the chitin door fights you all the way. It is as thick as armor plating, and almost as heavy. Inside, 100 rubbery men carefully ignore your arrival. Refugee Londoners, you recognise. The giveaway being their hats on their tentacled faces and the yellowing copies of the Gazette under their clammy armpits. Such earnest social camouflage never helped them fit in with society back home, but it seems old habits die hard. The rubbery men have taken over this spiral-shaped atrium. They gather here to trade amber and share songs of loss and regret. Its shape gives it excellent acoustics. The songs resonate from the walls, doubling the volume and timbre of their voices. Let's start with a port report. The rubbery men are far from home, even for the high wilderness. The rubbery men show little interest in you as you explore. They shuffle around on their own business, polishing and cleaning and preserving the corpse of the house with equal parts elbow grease and embalming fluid. Do we just start at the top and work our way down? Let's attend the lament of the old sun. The rubbery men are gathered. They lower their heads and raise their voices. Words without language. Pain without end. They sing of their lost home, and in waves of shared sorrow, they remember how they came to this place. They sing and remember. Silence falls, sudden and heavy. A hunched figure shuffles through the choir, and the rubbery men fall back. This is Mr. Barleycorn, or so it is called by lesser beings. Its form is indistinct beneath layers of gauze that wrap it, if not from head to toe, then at least from top to bottom. One rubbery dares approach, extending tribute. Golden amber. The figure takes it between clawed appendages, tastes it, appears to approve. We're looking for golden amber. Where did you get that? We can visit the marketplace. The rubbery men sit around the edges of the atrium, ready to trade and offer their services. Polished ivory bones carve the walls of the throat into convenient alcoves. Each has been appointed by one or more rubbery men, squatting on Hessian mats and running stalls inspired by their time in London. They trade in amber, a naturally exuded substance of their kind, making trade more ceremonial than commercial. So we can trade for curiosities. One rubbery trader has a particularly large stall. Its wide array of goods are mostly worthless. Shall we have a look? This rubbery trader sits on a mat strewn with oddities, baubles, novelties, trifles, curios, gewgaws, beads, bangalettes, whatnots, and junk. If there are diamonds hiding in this particular rough, they are likely glass beads with pretensions of value. However, treasures have been found in the unlikeliest of collections. Let's examine the rubbery trader's stall. The best stuff is unlikely to be on display. You have to hope so. At first glance, there is little of note. Second and third glance confirms this. While there are some trade goods from the high wilderness itself, most of the rubbery trader's collection consists of familiar London goods of little worth. A guide to breeding heptagoats, an old permit for the Echo Bazaar, counterfeit, and a poor one. Nothing of any particular interest. We could trade for a curiosity if we had a chunk of red and blue amber. The rubbery trader burbles. It's hard to tell what he is offering from its stall. I need 5 spaces, huh? Sounds like it could be interesting, but we will leave the trader for now. Your legs are sore from sitting cross-legged on the hard floor. It seems the only way we're going to get amber here is by trading stories. So let's trade a story. We have 9. We can use 3. One of the more elderly rubbery men sits at the edge of the throat, humming an unfamiliar tune. It has amber to trade for nostalgia. Hey, we got a chunk of golden amber. It isn't clear if it understands your words, but something in your tale speaks to something deep inside it. It gives a watery, wistful undulation and begins humming a song of hope. I don't know how random this is, because we need 3 chunks of golden amber. We don't actually have enough. I suppose we do technically. I could use all of my Eleutherian mysteries right here and see if we can get the 3 chunks of golden amber. Would be risky. It'd also mean I couldn't join the revolutionaries. I guess I could get more Eleutherian mysteries by just getting port reports. Should we see if we can get another golden one? Let's try. That's a hard no. Okay, so it's not guaranteed. So that's going to be random chance, huh? Commingle your choirs with a rubbery man. In old London, society condemned close interactions with the rubberies. Yes. I wonder if this will get me gold, because it requires all 3. We try it and find out. Ooh, if we had red, we could lower my terror. 3 chunks of red. That could be very useful. Could also get fuel. Let's see what this does, commingling my choirs. In a dark, moist alcove, you sing softly together. The harmonies are intricate and intimate. Tentacles twine fondly around your fingers. Your forehead rests together, its skin spongy and slick against yours. You can almost feel its thoughts flashing inches from yours. I'm sleeping with rubbery men again, aren't I? This happened in bloody Mask of the Rose. I don't know how I keep having this happen. We gained 5 terror and 5 tales of terror. Apparently, I hurt my soul. Oh no. Okay, let's not do that again. Solid whoops. Solid whoops. Let's return to the Throat of Lamentation. Hey, at least if I want to get Tales of Terror, that's a good place to get it. The trade-wise, I mean. We can offer passage to a rubbery man. Not all of them are happy here. They mumble of opportunities in Pan. The rubbery passenger hurries to your train, as if fearing you might change your mind. Travels light. A newspaper, a hat, a packed lunch, squirming in a paper bag. Wants to go to Pan, huh? Well, we can descend deeper into the house. Spiral stairs run down into the darkness. The house's arteries are the size of corridors, many of them filled with stagnant sweet water and held open with arches of bone ivory. The walls are primarily polished chitin that resembles mahogany, though through years of rot and decay have left many gaps to glimpse the dried out fat and muscles behind. So we can climb up the throat. I guess that's where we came from. The slope you came down is steep. Fortunately, the rubbery men have carved a series of holes that enable the journey back. We can explore the drowning coils. The rubbery men here are less civilized than their topside brethren. They wear no hats and carry no newspapers. Eyes watch you from within the walls. Let's start there. Your explorations lead through hardened sphincters that scrape your flesh. You squeeze through twisted doors designed to be opened by something entirely unlike a hand. The rooms down here are bowl-shaped, many half-filled with water or unrecognizable fluid. Their doors are as likely to lead to ceilings or high up on the concave walls as anywhere convenient for you. Most are empty or piled high with rubbery waste. Okay, what about the shapeling vats? Rubbery men head into the labyrinth of corridors and return with rainbows of damp amber. You carefully traverse a thin, treacherous path lined with endless deep, slime-filled cavities and basins. All around, the rubberies work at refining and reshaping amber into new forms and colours. They pause only to stare, unblinking at you until you move past. More awkward than hostile. Let's observe. What is the purpose of their work? The exact relationship between rubbery men and their amber remains their own business. In London, amber is all much the same. Here, they experiment, combining it with other materials to transmute it. A few flute excitedly as golden amber pours from the vats. It is the rarest and most beloved flavour. Sometimes amber emerges treacle thick and black as tar. The effort and resources that went into it, wasted. The effects of different substances will be the same for each captain. They may not be the same for future captains. Interesting. I could add soft amber, blue amber, red amber, or green amber. Let's return to the drowning coils. I can't do anything with it so far. We can head deeper still into the house. The path is treacherous, the floor is slick, the air hangs with resentment that becomes less civil and more feral as the light fades away. The alkali-infused darkness burns your eyes. Down here, the rubbery men commingle in quivering colonies and leach from weeds that sprout from pools of viscous, white ammonia. The only light comes from smouldering Epockian pyres, each attended by a rubbery chorus owling at an endless lament. We can explore the vast cavern. The feral rubberies stare at you from their nests. The air down here is slowly melting the house's innards, collapsing lost rooms and corridors into one rank, endless cavity lined with calcified abscesses. The foul liquid regularly rises to your knees. An itchy rash develops where it touches. Occasionally your feet kick against chirps of amber in the mire. There must be larger pieces here, but hunting for them is not a one-person job. Not one for a captain, at least. I can use 3 of my supplies to hunt for amber. Maybe we'll find gold amber down here. This cavern stretches out for days. Your chosen volunteers should be safe in their wanders, if they don't anger the feral rubberies. Comfortable? Perhaps not. Oh, let's not kill my crew. Let's try. An unpleasant assignment. The chosen crew splash out into the dark with a look that could politely be called resignation. Assuming all goes well, they'll be back from their expeditions in a week. In a week? Uh-oh. We may have made a mistake. I'm now understaffed again. Let's return to the drowning coils. Let's get back up to the throat. Is there something we didn't do up here? There's the broken carapace. Let's explore the shell. There may be something to find in the wreckage. The surface is desolate. It is littered with obsidian blocks from the fallen spires. Here and there, a large piece of space debris has torn up part of the carapace and exposed the flesh below. Even that is desiccated now, and cold as any rock. None of the damage you find looks like something that could be fatal to a creature this size. We can explore the ruins. Most of the spires have collapsed and crumbled. Yeah, we've already done this. We did need 3, yes? We did. Okay. So, we're in a bit of trouble right now. Believe it or not. They do sell fuel and supplies here, so that's not the end of the world. I can get my supplies back. But we now have 3 crew again. So I think my plan is probably going to be go back to Pan, drop off the rubbery man, see if we can hire some more crew, and then come back to see if we can get some amber. Maybe try and find some more Eleutherian mysteries in the process. But my voice is hurting right now, so I think I'm going to end the episode here. I know it's a bit shorter than normal, but I don't know what's going on. I think hay fever is attacking my throat, and it's making recording quite painful. So, I'm going to thank you all so much for being here. Please like, subscribe, let me know what you think. Your comments are greatly appreciated. Thank you again to the coffee supporters and the members. It really does mean the world to me and help me get through all of these recordings and stuff. And as always, we'll see you next time.